Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't. I literally just don't have anything to talk about at the beginning here. Dolphins have shit the bed 3 games in a row. The election's going on, and no matter who wins, the American people are going to lose. How's your day? Let's get started with week 6. Our starting matchup is both teams at 1-4. It's Uncle David versus Bob. No one knew which team was going to win, as neither team has made a huge splash this season, but it does look like that finally Uncle David is going to break his losing streak and he's going to beat Bob. Uncle David beats Bob 128 to 118, meaning that Bob will now fall to 1-5 and Uncle David will rise to 2-4. Our next matchup was the 3-2 Alexa versus the 2-3 Kelly. Now, coming into this week, Kelly was on a 3-game losing streak, and Alexa was doing pretty damn well for herself, and it looks like Alexa's going to keep doing well for herself as she's going to add to Kelly's losing streak, beating her this week. Alexa beats Kelly 124 to 97, meaning now that Alexa will rise to 4-2 and Kelly will fall to 2-4. Our next matchup, once again, just like the Philadelphia Eagles, is a golden trash bag of a person that we know is going to choke in the playoffs. It's Kyle taking on Danielle this week. Now, Danielle had a rough battle ahead of her as she lost her top scorer in Derrick Henry due to bye weeks this week, and unfortunately, that looks like it was enough to take her out. Kyle beats Danielle 120 to 100, meaning that Kyle will again unfortunately rise to 6-0 and Danielle will fall to 1-5. Our next matchup is the 3-2 William versus the 3-2 David. David was on a bit of a winning streak coming into this week, and William was trying to get himself back into a good groove, and it looks like William has found his groove again. William beats David 130 to 117, meaning that David will now fall to 3-3 and William will rise to 4-2. Our last game is the game of the week. That's right, it's Chris versus Justin. Now, both teams were coming into this 3-2, just like the previous game. However, this had some serious playoff implications, as Justin is always a heavy hitter in the playoffs and Chris being the current champion. Justin wanted to see how he would perform against the current champion, and he did do a lot of damage. However, it looks like Chris is going to be the one who wins this week. Chris beats Justin 117 to 115, meaning that Justin will unfortunately fall to 3-3 and Chris will rise to 4-2. All right, before we go ahead and look at week 7, let's have a word from our sponsors.
I'm Elmo, and I approve this message.
Liberals are trying to destroy Elmo. Liberals are going after Elmo because of his hard anti-abortion stance. They're reaching so far that they're now claiming that Elmo has paid for multiple abortions for women. Elmo claims that it's not true.
I send people abortion money all the time. Doesn't mean that the money I sent for an abortion was for an abortion. That's crazy.
Liberals are also finding so-called women who allegedly had sex with Elmo and birthed his children, even though Elmo has never been around for any of those children's lives. Don't let the liberal agenda take down Elmo as its next victim.
I'm Elmo, and I approve this message.
Help me! Please help me! Help me!
Hello. I want to play a game, but not this kind of game. When I need to relax, there's only one thing I reach for. My Nintendo Switch. With the Nintendo Switch, I can play console-level games on a mobile device. When I want to, I have the ability to plug it into my television set and play a wide range of games. And with Nintendo Online, I can play against multiple opponents in many games.
Can I play? Oh!
Nintendo Switch. You'll die to play it.
Nintendo, send us free shit! All right, let's go ahead and look at week 7. Starting match we have is the 2-4 Kelly versus the 1-5 Bob. Both teams really looking to break these horrible losing streaks they're on. Bob on a 5-game losing streak and Kelly on a 4-game losing streak. One he has got to win. We'll see which one of you it is. Best of luck to both of you. Next up, it's the battle of the coworkers. That's right, it's the 3-3 David versus the 4-2 Chris. Chris, still our champion, riding high at 4-2. David, looking to get something going and bounce back from his loss to William this week. We'll see which one of us wins. Next up, it's our Senior Citizen Bowl of the Year. That's right, it's Uncle David versus William. William riding high at 4-2 right now, beating David last week, and Uncle David just getting his second win, beating Bob last week. Let's see if William takes down his second David of the year, or let's see if Uncle David can have himself an upset. Good luck, gentlemen. Next up, it's friend versus friend. That's right, it's Alexa versus Danielle. Now, Alexa's riding high at 4-2, and Danielle's having some trouble getting out of the starting gate. But Danielle's been putting up some great numbers this week, and with Derrick Henry back, she might put up a bigger fight than people realize. So, ladies, good luck. Our final match of the week is brother versus brother. That's right, the sibling bowls are getting started. It's Justin versus Kyle. Justin at 3-3, Kyle, unfortunately, at 6-0. Which brother is going to win? Both of them always end up in the playoffs. One of them chokes more often in the playoffs than the other, so we'll see which one of you wins. Good luck, Masons. All right, that's going to go ahead and do it for week 6. Again, things to keep in mind as always. Please continue to check free agency. With bye weeks upon us, that means you're going to need players. There's plenty of players on free agency, so go ahead and check them out. And don't forget, we are in the bye week part of the schedule, which means you will be losing players to bye weeks every week. The following teams are on a bye week in week 7. The Bills, Rams, Vikings, and Eagles will all be on a bye week. So if you have players from any of those teams, make sure you set up your lineups accordingly to fill in any gaps that you may lose because of these bye weeks. And before we go, my sister Alexa unfortunately lost her adorable cat Spot this week. It's been a shitty year for the Levitts and their pets. Spot's death came out of absolutely nowhere, and if you could send her any well wishes that you may have, please go ahead and do so. Spot, even though you were a cat, you were the most adorable puppy I've ever met in my entire life. So until next time, everyone have fun. Please stay safe, and remember, with the holiday season coming and inflation still on the rise, if a stranger tells you to get in their car because they have candy, you might as well get in because it's too damn expensive to buy it. See you next week.